Arena in Las Vegas. Our live stream page was a sensation, reaching number 36 on YouTube's trending list. Gerald Solomon, the head of the North American Esports Association, was in attendance. Bloodthirsty King
Yo.
represent the United States in the IESF. This has been a brief look at the significant milestones of NACT, charting its growth, evolution, and the challenges conquered along the way. Stay tuned as we continue to make esports history.
Shout out AV Ash, Sir Unknown, Brody, Rice Apple Pie, Grizz, Reaper, Goblock, Pablo, LG Caloque. What up, Carlo Legaspi? How we doing? How you guys doing on a Saturday? I decided to start it right now, bro. Low-key tired of waiting. I just finished talking to BTK and shit. I was growling at them. Like shit. That's all you really got to do, to be honest.
A majority of the MLBB tournaments that you may see internationally. Good luck to all the teams who are coming in for NACT fall season.
LG, you got the whiskey on you?
Welcome back, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
are?
It's going to be the last series of the night, but that's not where the good news is. We are celebrating the August Starlight, which is coming with an exclusive skin for Yin, the Eternal Guardian. 10 returning Starlight skins and a new Starlight.
Hopefully no Hooker today.
Killing notification. Also,
Hopefully no Bodge shots. No matter of fact, yo, it's Bodge's birthday. Y'all heard?
With only 300
Bodgy birthday. Bodgy Bodge. Bodgy Bodge.
Plus, your first Starlight purchase yields a bundle worth over 1,700 diamonds. You can buy the weekly
Birthday
diamond
gameplay
pass
from
to
Bodge.
unlock rewards earlier. Look out for more Starlight
Yeah,
exclusive.
happy birthday to Bodge. I'm about to
skins.
pin that, actually.
Be sure not to miss out on all the goodies. Well, guys, or Janet,
My prediction 2-0 BTK.
It's,
It is time.
Of course, UA, bro. UA, bro. If you don't get out of here,
Prediction first, right? BTK versus the Night Horde. We are both on 11-0. Hey, private.
boy, if you don't.
Take it all the way, huh? We want 50-0, okay, this season. We get it all right as UA is getting it all wrong. I don't know how he got one, actually. I don't know.
1 in 10, bruh.
He didn't
I
know
don't
what he
know.
was doing.
Of course, he's for the Night Horde. Of course.
Do one of these casters get like extra credit at the end of the season if they got like the highest win rate?
Well, when it comes to this, I mean, it's no surprise to anybody. BTK
What up,
is
Ash?
a long-standing name here in North America, and there is a reason why. We've talked about it a little bit earlier today. Moba Zane being this huge character when it comes to being able to kind of lift the team up and kind of, I want to say, delegating the pace of the game and the synergy.
Oh, sleeping all day. Feel me?
We'll see.
That recovery and-
Report with. It's the last best of 3 of the day. Sadly, it's gonna be very important for both teams, but at the same time, this is not stage 1, as we've said many times throughout the day. Double elimination bracket.
Look at this nigga. Nigga said, I love to watch NACT with unique casting in it. We get it, Jordan.
And BTK or the Night
You
Horde
get no
will
pooms.
continue on upper final on the
Get it.
bracket, sorry, and have have a chance at getting those 100 points, because it's always 100 points for the winners, and that's what you're aiming at.
Well, I think the big contention too is who's going to be in that third and fourth place too as well, which is I think where the importance lies with these lower brackets, because you have a bunch of teams who didn't actually face each other last stage because there was no lower bracket. Now they are all going to kind of be clashing together down there after these matches here. I think for most of us, we've kind of written it that BTK just, I mean, they have so many tools in the belt to be dominant here. Aggravate ones have come a long way too as well. I mean, this time last season, they were in a little bit of trouble, weren't able to join NACTs, but just like the Bloodhounds, they have grown and they have kind of clawed their way up here. And
Buena Louis, mamma mia.
Looking to
Buena Louis,
show that they
mamma
are ready
mia.
to be here. And what's a
Buena
great
Louis.
time to do that, especially an opportunity here against the top in NA, BTK.
You are? Buena Louis, mamma mia.
Starting from the left to the right.
Luigi, yo, they wouldn't get it. Yo, OG.
And on the other side, we got Mad For You, Myth, Reckless, Assault, and Kong. Let's see what.
Buena Louis. S3, you heard OG? Buena Louis, mamma mia.
Seri BTK versus the Night Horde. First
Anyways.
pick for BTK as they are on the left. Let's
Well,
start
actually-
strong. Let's start
Yeah.
strong.
Fanny ban for
Fanny ban
Myth.
is, definitely specific.
Yes, sir.
When the Night Horde faced the Bloodhounds, that Fanny actually upset the upset Bloodhounds. It actually came in clutch. It was, I mean, it showed. It was basically the story of why most people ban Fannies. When you get something that is that strong that some of these mechanical players can play, they can just run circles around you. We're gonna go ahead on the other side. We're starting out with the Fredrin ban. I want to say,
Alright.
you know,
Yeah, I
those
do got the
teams that
BTK
come
jersey
out
on.
for MOBA Zane, they always say, oh, you can play Fredrin,
Just know
and
me.
you can play Granger. So it looks like maybe a little bit of focus onto MOBA Zane here.
That's the thing that comes with fame, right? You get more and more feedbacks about how you're supposed to play or what.
Yeah, El Coach. El Coach. Hashtag El Coach.
Privileged enough to have a
El
million
Coach.
giving him, insights
Been
about what they
slacking on
should
the
be doing,
dono.
sadly.
Looking
And I'm
good,
sure-
boss.
But I'm sure
Yo, Carlo, bro, what's good with you? $50, bro? Yeah. Yo, where the W's at? Bastards. Yo, thank you, Lord Legaspi. Thank you for supporting us.
To see him play some Paquito.
Thank you for keeping us alive.
Because I remember a long time ago him playing Paquito amazingly well. And I
Thank you for
believe that
profiting the
you could be good with it.
independent
Playing some
organization of
Paquito,
bloodthirsty
best player
kings.
having a blast with it. Of course, if you're playing
You know what I mean?
something like Granger, you need to have your team
Oh, yeah.
very well synced with you.
Shout out to Lord
because
Legaspi.
It could be a nightmare for you. Your jungle very
Get the energy up, gentlemen. I'm not caffeinated right now. From I was like sleeping all day, so
A ban onto Terizla here. I mean, and it's not just about Zane here too. I want to say too as
Ban is
well.
ban.
Fried Chicken has been an absolute domination.
Yo, is it me or Arlot's like trash right now?
Tested right now in North America, whether he's like
In my
the
ranked
number
games?
one spot,
Arlot,
people
like,
with the
I don't know.
most points there,
Arlot
but he-
fell off, in my
Chicken,
opinion.
Fried
I don't know.
is just absolutely devastating when it comes to that. We saw him, especially when it comes to like those mechanical heroes.
We got a brother on Night Horde. I know Mitro. I know Assault. I'll play with him.
All over his
That's all me.
opponents. So there's definitely a lot of tools here for BTK.
Oh, they got Goano, guy. Who was that?
I just realized that
Grizz,
he
welcome
has
to the
an
Cardi
awful
Call. You heard? I'm gonna see you in the members only stream
He
soon.
does have much more good explainer than I would say pro team in the other region. I mean, of course, if you're looking at the top,
Members only streams again started Monday.
One is really good at their
Okay.
roles, but in NA, every explainer I've seen so
Yo,
far,
Scrody, I'm patiently waiting for that pre-workout tomorrow, bro. I'm patiently waiting. Like I'm over here, like checking my visible watch type shit. Like I'm kind of squinting at it. Like, yo, when is that next workout? And get me? Amen to that one, brother.
The team fights, but today we've seen a lot.
All right, Faram. Oh, we taking Valentina?
Explainer throughout the day,
What?
and for fried chicken will give us some show for sure,
Oh,
as we know.
Yeah, it's one thing to kind of come outside of that box. I mean, you can just exist as an XP laner. It's usually one of those thankless jobs because there's so much action going on the other side of the map.
Is that another one, bro? What's going
Good
on?
old money.
Thank you, Pablo the
there,
Powerful.
and you're able to kind of push on the tower.
Shout out to you,
doing your job.
OG.
But that's not what we see
Probably
here a lot
the
with
longest
those
OG.
Great XP laners. They're able to clear their lane very quickly, able to rotate to help facilitate
Okay, Ben
a lot of
Valentina.
fights for your team, and that's what you want to see from those great.
Baji birthday, gentlemen. Baji Baj. Baji Baj. Baji Baj.
Matched out by a Uranus, followed by a Valentina and Faramis ban.
I was gonna tell Baj, yo, you wanna hang out, right? And then I realized, like, fucking,
earlier, but I think
we got a game tomorrow too.
that's, how it's done with
So we
the
gotta, like,
jungle, Carita.
Relax.
Want to see what the Night Horde has in store. That's
Baji
the
Baj.
mark in this draft because they are the one who have to propose something to BTK. Give us a good challenge. What will you bring today?
You know, a little bonding session with
I think we
Baji.
still have the
Baji
Arlott
Blue
open.
Blodge, Blodge,
The
Blodge.
Kaja picked up as well. That's going to give you the Divine Judgment. Unblockable, can't purify it. So have something.
Kaja, we got a
decide
Franco
what
up.
line to kind of
Franco
pull
Peter.
back on. What
Might wanna
I
get the
see
Leslie too.
Kind of as a failure, I want to say, when it comes to some of these teams that pick up the Kaja and
Bugging. Lapo, Lapo. Off the rip. Did I get Picardi? Wow. When I'm at. Mama Huevo.
Like that pull and to put that damage on. Sometimes I've been seeing it tonight where it's mixed in with like a dive composition or a sustain composition where they're kind of trying to attack in different directions
Yo.
instead of the entire team kind of facilitating
Oh my God.
with that divine judgment and being able to kind of burst
What's
them
up, the
out when
first
you
Nick?
actually get
That
them.
was red.
I feel like the team, when you're playing around Kaja, you need to give him enough room to work with. If you're always putting the pressure or trying to catch up because you're a bit behind, you're gonna force Kaja to either
Nighthawk don't even got a jersey. These in the higher
which you
book
don't want.
photos.
You want him to be the one acting
Yeah,
first,
bro, because
or just doing a mistake, right? So you
this
need
ain't
to
like
find
that
a
professional,
way
bro. This
that
ain't like MPL.
work, and that works by just playing a bit more.
And most of these players
not getting picked off one by one.
were scared to even show their faces on Discord. They had no choice but to like
basic
take a picture and send it to.
Once you're behind, it's hard for Kaja. He doesn't have this ability.
We don't have that much resources yet.
Someone while you're in the
to make this shit professional.
and get a pick off. He can, but you.
BTK doesn't even got a sponsor, bro. You think these other teams are gonna have one? Yeah.
Or, no,
the only sponsors we got is Carlo Legaspi type shit. That's our sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah, and, well, Boxia has been one of those stronger. I want to say, like, the junglers, the tanky junglers right now in the meta, I want to see Fredrin and Boxia are kind of up there when it's still kind of maintaining their seats as the tank jungler here.
Nice.
Even though
I feel like Bodge is going to do well this game.
Pour into the assassin sides here. They still are able to kind of benefit from being able to hold those objectives, the turtles and the lord fights. They can dance around it, try to egg out those.
I remember Gemini said top XP of all time with Vic.
Without
I agree with him.
Too much damage there. So I mean, a good pick there by Mobazane.
And we see the reaction from the Night Ward carry. I think there's not much to be said here. They see two very tanky heroes. They see Baxia, tanky jungler, and a Kufra. They know carry is a really good pick for the gold lane in this situation. They are banning Leslie as well, so removing a friend.
I'm trying to think of a hero for chicken. Esme would do good against Apple, yeah, but then Carry and Kaja is like,
forward, Leslie a bit in the shadow and bursting with a couple of attacks on the carry. You don't really want to have this because that would be, you know, against the point of
Copy Smish. Shout out Copy Smish.
On the last fights. So Leslie is out, and you got Ling out on BTK.
Copy Smish.
Yeah,
Yuzong.
Ahead and took out Yuzong as well.
Smart.
The thing for
They're drafted smart. Okay, Nighthawk.
On the side
good job.
of the Night Horde, we're gonna need to be finding something that can kind of help push us into that late game.
All I got nerfed like back to back, bro. I'm not sure.
My biggest problem with Carry kind of matches with Sicilian, where like the early game, I mean, they're not really able to do much. Carry does have a little bit of a slow. But you're really waiting for that late game. You're really waiting for that scaling up, and it doesn't matter if you're gonna get like trounced in the early game.
Yep, you have to be very careful as well against Joyboy because we know how good he is, and he's gonna be a very nasty Q-Fry is gonna pull in a good way, of course. So Carry has to be very careful on top of having this struggle in early game with
some physical damage
of that enemy sets. If you want to get faster to the late game where you really you become beneficial for your team. We see Yuzong and Lens.
What's up with these Valier picks, bro? Did Valier get buffed?
Pretty quick pick.
What up, boss?
Quick reaction.
Did Valier get buffed? What up with all these Valiers?
So they knew what they were gonna go for.
Yeah, exactly. Valier is a very interesting pick because of
Ravagent, welcome back, my love.
To kind of close
on
you, especially when it comes to this Boxia pick. I feel like he can kind of come at you at so many different angles that it's gonna make this Valier
good pick. Aerotel's kind of crazy with that new item.
Those slows and that CC onto them. So I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to see how well that they can operate this.
What about this
because of the emblem? Yeah, that's why Aerotel is like better too now because of the new updated Skull Phantom.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, I trust it because it's chicken, but that hero got nerfed, bro. Didn't they like mess with his flicker ultimate? Follow.
And the other picks like Kufra, Baxia, obviously.
I know chicken can pull it off, but it's like, damn. You had no other experience though.
He's gonna be positioned quite well, and out in the end, very mobile as well. Lapu might be in for some trouble here.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is like, what is your target? Even if you do get on to, the Irithel has the escape ability. The Kadita has the ability to get away. I'm not sure you're going to be really wanting to battle it out.
Bro, like, what the hell is a Ducati?
Either. And we do see a Martis pick up there. So that is
how come I've never heard of that in my 22 years of living on this planet?
I do like the plan here, the composition, to as far as having
Is it a spin on Bugatti or is it like an actual brand Ducati?
Scale up. It's just going to be onto the execution and how well these teams kind of clash into the other ones. Like I said there, you were talking about the Lapu, the Valier is going to be able to get dove on
Super bike. Wow.
from a
Super
lot of
bike.
zeros. You're going to be able to close the distance on him.
I like
Super
the, I
bike.
like the
It's a motorbike.
scalability, like you said, on the right side, but I feel like that Kaja and Lapu will have some struggle to dive into anything, and I feel like we might see the.
I only know about hypertrophy. That's the only thing I know about in life. You know what I mean?
Couldn't really do much because he was always.
Did someone say hypertrophy?
I feel
Vascularity?
like this is gonna be more like a reacting Kaja, just more like defensive, playing around the carry rather than a Kaja that brings in some pickoff.
GG.
Maybe they will find early on some pickoffs, and maybe the momentum will be their way for them to snowball this game.
Well, one thing that they don't want to do is get caught up on that
Rank!
as well, because that's going to be of wombo combos for them. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on to game one. Bloodthirsty Kings taking on the Night Horde in the last series of the night.
All right, let's see. That last series is going to be super important because we got BTK, of course, and it's like the dessert after the meal. You really want to enjoy that one. So sit back, take a little drink, and enjoy some popcorn. We're going to have a good time together.
Oh yeah, Saturday night. Shout out to all my homies in America. I know some of y'all drinking right now. I hope y'all enjoying yourselves. Shout out to all the BTK fans. I got the BTK jersey on. Thank you for supporting us.
To the Bloodthirsty Kings, not even really much to contest there for the Night Horde. I mean,
And if you a hater and you need some love, I love you.
The big
You know what I mean?
thing right now is going to be
Welcome to the gym, baby.
fried chicken. It's going to be absolutely a mess. And I'm not really sure what you can do as a Lapu to kind of stead off a lot of what he can kind of accomplish here.
I feel like you're just going to be here for the peel, right? You're just going to be here for your tankiness, just providing enough time for your backline to do the work in team fights and, you know, providing some CC, giving
No, what are you doing?
in some
Poor bastard.
instances.
Myth gonna use that mortal coil to get himself out of harm's way there. Meanwhile, this is what we were talking about, that XP lane fight. Fly Chicken pushing deeper into enemy territory there.
Let's see what Zane has in store. First little contest
Joy
here.
Baj
Mantap.
there.
Nice synergy,
Airborne
boss.
is Cone, and he is taking out
Birthday
early
Baj.
blood for the
Birthday
Bloodthirsty
Baj. Baji Baj. What the fuck is that Kadita skin though? That shit look like a nano to me.
But that's
Those
with the
killer
help, of
fights?
course, of the kill. Otherwise, would have been a bit complicated for Kadita to get that level 4. But it doesn't matter. Zane
Yeah,
always on the objective.
Yeah, Myth
Nice
hasn't
poke
really
into the
shied
Lapu
away from
chicken.
it. Actually, gonna go ahead and try to contest this. In comes Maddie for you with that bravest fighter. Mobazane's still able to get the turtle, and now we have ourselves a slugfest in here. Myth takes down a Joy Boy, and Yato actually goes down there. Oh man, look at the chaining this gear. Mobazane actually in a little bit of trouble. Is he gonna be able to get away? He is.
That's what I was thinking about the R-Lock.
But
You feel me? I thought that shit is drive.
You know the
Yeah,
thing I'm thinking when I'm getting chased by Marcus is when does he stop? How can he run so fast for so long? He just chased Kadita throughout the wall. He didn't care. He knew he would get her.
The Lapu came to the ops to work.
Really positioning himself well, diving
Nice
at the
pick.
right timing.
Oh, good try.
Ooh, Reckless gonna go ahead and have to use that dash to get himself to safety. 3 members of Bloodthirsty Kings there to try to contest that. And Mobazane already starting to put the work into the enemy's jungle. Not
Yeah,
if he
we're
was
all up in
able
their
to- he was
jam.
able to get that. So already
We're all up
starting
in their
to start
jam.
pulling away jungle.
We're all up on that
for
carry.
the
Flick on that
Horde.
bitch.
This is tough for Assault as he's alone.
Mantap.
Reckless
Mantap, Baj.
with the rotation gets caught by the Bloodthirsty Kings as well.
Birthday Baj.
Little sacrifice from Kaja. I don't think there was much else to do. Otherwise, it would have been carry probably going down. So good stuff from Reckless. But again, like we mentioned, we don't want this Kaja reacting. We want it to be the one picking of targets. We'll see if it's going to change in the next few minutes. It's going to be important that it does.
Ooh. Yeah, we have.
I don't have
three
his
locking
ultimate yet.
onto Myth.
Yeah,
Cone
now he
is
does.
there with a push on his Valier to go ahead and facilitate that escape.
Zane with the good farming cycle, just focusing on the farm as the
Hey, what up, Wise? Haven't seen you in a minute. Ooh.
Trying to rotate or impact the other lanes. They're just trying to do their thing, their little matchup. See them exchanging shots, but I don't think
Oh,
it's gonna
man.
change as
Oh, hell no.
quite well.
Oh, Reckless Speaking of which, flickers in, catches a divine judgment. ISO in a little bit of trouble.
Nice stalling though.
Caught on the back end though. You see
Yeah,
Joybars here and Yato trying to put the boots in the Nighthorde are not able to punish them. A 2-3 lead for the Nighthorde. On the other side though, Mobazane starting on this turtle. Are the Nighthorde
Chicken myth. Chick, there you go, chicken.
for you on the other side here? Comes in, turtle is reset. Mobazane still gets it. That's going to be a nice little bit of shielding for them, and they're going to go ahead and use that to go ahead and start and engage the Nighthorde. Maddie, for you, going to go ahead and flicker himself to safety.
Props to for Fried Chicken for pushing out Myth out of the way of the retribution range on the turtle, securing Zane retribution on the turtle. Good job, Fried Chicken. Very, very well executed on the Harlot. That's always nice things to see. I want to see those engages from Reckless, but he's not really finding the angles there. A bit of a lead for BTK already into this game. Only 1,000. It's not too much in 5 minutes as ISO is feeling a bit of the heat.
Yeah, you see 3 members of the Nighthorde trying to contest against the
Yeah, we know fair fight.
Joyba is hiding in the bush.
They should be spamming that in the voice for right now. That's why Bod's staying up top.
When it comes to vision around the map, right now, Nighthorde kind of starting to fall back a bit. Need to start keeping up the pressure. Need to make use of this Martis in the early game.
It's funny how I see like the synergy between Zane and Chicken. They kind of always gravitate around each other. I feel like they want to do something together here.
Not that birthday bot, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 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 Baji Baj. Baji.
The rest of Nighthorde coming to try to help out. That's 4 members. Myth is all alone in there. Going to go ahead, try to
No
find
balls,
some
Baj.
here for-
Baj, you feeling brave today, boy. Birthday Baj.
Pop up on the cone. We were talking about them
Jing.
being able to close the distance on
Don't
the
do shit,
field,
Baj.
but BTK think twice
Dickhead.
about this fight.
It is complicated when we know that Valier can easily push back divers like this. It's very hard for a Qfra to make the difference into Valier.
Alright, now you overdoing it, bro. You overdoing it, Baj. You overdoing it, Chief. You need high ult.
Use that mortal coil potentially.
It's still dead.
For you finds the bravest
We got
fighter
it.
has popped up for his efforts. Joybaz in the Myth able to find
Fill himself a little too hard.
onto him. You do see the concealed play now. They are chasing down to this turtle. Mobazane and Fly Chicken sitting here as the pair. Yato going to clean up the mid lane before he comes in here, looking for some position.
Easy peasy's coming now.
Spot him
I think
out.
it's fall.
Myth coming in
In
there.
effect,
Turtle
nah,
down
you be
to
seeing
about
top.
1/3 health. Are they going to be able to find the retry on it? You can see Fly Chicken coming in, putting on the damage. Myth finds a kill on.
Wait, the wheel is immune to CC? You even know that, Babasha.
3 members of the Nighthorde, and they are putting the boots to him. In comes Joybaz to try
Wow,
to
Baj.
facilitate an escape, and Mobazane able to get away. It doesn't look like the same can be said for Joybaz.
I'm surprised Joybaz didn't try to ultimate either side. Maybe when he was diving onto the back of Zane or under the tower, I thought maybe he could have done a bit more, but that was hard. It was a split decision.
Pop up there, catches Reckless.
Let's make a domino effect, yeah.
There for Yato.
One good play, and then you
Yato is doing
turn
really,
into another
really
good
good
play.
in this
Go
early
top,
game.
pick a turret, make
It's
it a
tough for
domino
BTK.
effect,
I
get
feel
a
like their
snowball.
draft is nice in a way, but it's really something you want to aim at for the late game. You know, Aizu
Do
has to
something.
get there. Yato is doing good. He's farming well, and he's getting those picks, so it's helping a lot. But it's a bit complicated. It's really not clear cut for now. Could go either way. There's not much of a gap. I was expecting something more dominating from BTK, but they're struggling on those face-offs. It's not really they're playing wrong. Or it's just it's tough. It's tough.
Ooh, as we see Joybaz catches a beautiful set there, and Reckless goes down again.
Baj going
We were talking
crazy,
about
bro.
it earlier,
Big,
the way
big,
especially
big, big, big.
Tajid, really, if you
Big,
have
big, big, big.
Tajid becomes almost a liability for your team. That time he wasn't even actually diving. Oh, actually, Fly Chicken coming in here. Final
Okay,
slash
forcing out the
activated
flicker.
out there.
Yeah, alright.
Coming in there. There are 4 members waiting. Do they realize Matt for you in a bad way is going to go ahead and use that bravest fighter to get himself out of harm's way?
I feel like Chicken is spending a lot of time rotating and trying to enable his teammates, but for no success on that side. They are really trying. At some point, one of the 2 teams will manage to enable, I guess, their teammates and find a good wipeout. But for now, both teams are trying really hard. ISO a bit in a out of position here. Be careful not to get flanked from both sides, especially with
Careful trying to gank the lap on the turret.
somehow he didn't see him.
Yeah, we're gonna have this lane pushing in here, and looks like Mobazane lying in wait on the back. You see a Retry does hit Myth, so they know he's there. Matt for you into trouble, has a pop-up, rough waves, come in, final slash pushes him back into the lane, but they are not gonna be able to find a tower. Meanwhile, at the top, you
bad
can
move
see
trying to gank the
them
Lapa with
Assault
full shield
able
on
to
the
find
turret,
a
bro.
tower for the Nighthorde.
I would like BTK to put a bit more pressure on the gold lane because Haizo is really having a tough time. Reckless is always around trying to cover Assault, and Assault is getting the tier 1. Now he's able to rotate on the mid. They will be able to even swap lanes if he wants to go to the bot lane and push that tier 1 bot. And the Lord is coming.
Josh, welcome back, bro.
Things are going
Yes,
really
sir.
fast for BTK. They need to find some solution now.
Yeah, you can even see that the side of Assault is actually going to be rotating down for this fight as well. Actually putting the damage onto ISO is having some trouble there at mid, while the rest of the Nighthorde is on top of this Lord. Not sure if they're actually trying to bait it out. Looks like they do reset it. Mobazane waiting here. They're looking for a good position on whether they're going to go ahead and start this Lord.
Like if we jump on a carry, still got Purify, bro. So we should even like we should do 2 fights. 1 fight to bait out the carry Purify, and then kite again.
I feel like carry being a bit ahead just favors them right now, so they want to force that. That's why they are.
That should be the main priority, to be honest.
BTK to dive in and take the bait.
I don't know, chicken. Did Chicken try to flicker roll?
He is found out there. Bouncing ball is going to try to find his escape. ISO on the bottom as well. Oh, gets caught by a divine judgment. They are not able to make him punish though. Giotto finds himself a roll.
Nice.
Down goes Reckless again, and that's going to go ahead and facilitate a good taking of this Lord on the back end. You can see
the enemy woman got a position. You got to punish.
Vision here on Myth. He's
doesn't matter if you waste the resources on the roamer.
or is he up at the mid? A bit of a fight. ISO and Yato trying to contest. Are we gonna be able to go in here? You see a stun onto Myth.
Here we go, Chick.
Up there. Is he gonna be able to get it? ISO finds a kill onto Cone. Maddie for you in trouble. Is he gonna be able to get away? Coming in with that mortal coil. Myth looking for the
Mobazane. Okay, boy.
The Lord and the kill
Okay, Mr. Turkey.
From ISO.
It's so funny how BTK always ends up being on an objective with the enemy jungler close to the Lord or the turtle they are doing, and it always ends up being a retribution fight. They gotta be careful of this, but at the same time, carry pushing the lead.
Another pickoff. Buena Louis. Buena Louis. Buena Louis. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma. Buena Louis. Mamma mia. Buena Louis. Where does that, bruh? Buena Louis. Mamma mia.
It's been mostly Kaja sacrifice, but okay, coming back to the Lord fight, I feel like Assault could have benefited more in the fights rather than trying to split.
Buena Luigi.
Top is so ahead in gold. His impact is for sure in team fight much greater than just pushing. I feel like he should have joined there. Little mistake on the Nighthorde that might even.
Mamma mia.
Sadly, I want to see that carry involved in a team fight. Otherwise, what's the point to be that ahead?
Well, when you can see here,
when
they know
shout out to watch
they're already taking a commanding lead, and this looks to be
we're investigating together,
the
gentlemen.
divide even further. You can see Joey Bodge does catch a good pop-up onto Myth, but not able to capitalize. They're going to go ahead and rotate. You see Mobazane standing guard while his team takes the second tier tower.
Bodge got flicker off.
Oh, Mythic comes in, is not going to be able to find a kill, but is trying to clear up these lanes.
Let's have a little look at the scores. You see Yato 4-1-3, really having a good game. Same thing with ISO 3-1-2, doing good, doing their job, farming, picking their spots to team fight. On the other side, like I said, I'd like to see the goal laner a bit more involved in the next fights, and Reckless really taking the shots on him for taking his teammates as much as possible. Not necessarily the kind of fight you want to see, but you have a choice. You have to adapt or lose the game.
Oh, they're wasting everything on Mobazane. Good shit, Yato. Okay. Looking like a League of Legends fight.
You can see the damage coming out with that speedy light wheel from
no way nobody died. Wow. That was a nice team fight.
With a sneeze of health, Mobazane not
sneeze.
pay for it.
Achoo.
Nobody fell during that engagement.
Damn.
Kadita had the perfect angle to go from the flank with Zane really like showing that he's getting out of position, but it was just actually a bait for Yato to flank. Perfect execution, but in the end Yato did not have enough damage to take someone down with him.
Yeah, you can see Nighthorde definitely sticking together now. Gonna make sure, and this is what happens when you start getting into the 14-minute mark of the game. You're kind of gonna stick together. Once somebody gets caught, the rest of you are there to kind of help make sure that they're going to be able to escape or actually pay the other team back for the kill. Getting good, proper position now as the next Lord is up.
The problem is
Buena Louis, mamma mia, buena Louis, mamma mia. Wow, birthday badge.
He is 0-6 right now.
Jesus fuck.
A pretty bad day when it comes to getting caught. You see this Lord already down to about half health. They don't know about Myth, but I mean, good job by Fly Chicken. They're gonna go ahead, find him out, going around, and the big bait. Mobazane turns away from the Lord. He wants Myth, and there are 4 members of BTK here to help put him down. Joybodge actually finds the kill for that.
Zane said, no more 50-50 retribution. We clear around the Lord. We reset. We come back later. No problem. There's no point. We're coming back at Reckless move earlier. I'm not sure why he was so distant from his backline. I don't think the backline was ready to join. I feel like if you're going to check those bushes, have a safe distance with your backline, sure.
Buena Louis, mamma mia.
Because if you're really too far, what's the point in taking vision then?
How lungs?
Not really a
Lol.
point there. He was too far.
Bounce
and
reaction.
down,
Lol.
isolated. Sometimes it's good to take the hit onto yourself. You know, you go, you check that bush, you take all the utility out of the enemies, or as much as possible, and then you sacrifice yourself so that you're...
Yo, what the fuck is up with that Lapu build, bro? I'm about to end stream. Y'all seen that shit?
Necessary.
Goodbye.
Nor
Doing too much.
Is coming down to mid. It is Luminous, so here comes the charge, chunking down the high ground tower by about half health. Now we're focusing down at the bottom, down to about 10%. They're looking to put on the damage, ran out of minions. You can see this Lord is actually still up as they're trying to sync up these waves.
Myth clearing well on the top, huh? He's really doing a good job just bringing the wave in so that the team can...
I just got mortality and flicked off. Bodge.
Yeah, you can see there,
nice pick.
Unfortunately, Yato did... Oh man,
Nice.
final slash
End game
goes
boss.
in, finds a kill onto
Game boss.
Assault, and
Easy
Reckless
peasy.
down
Relax,
goes.
my
Myth.
boy.
2 members left here for the Nightcore. This might be the final push at the 16-20 mark here. You can see the minions in there.
Oh, Bodge.
Joybodge finds a good pop-up onto
Buena
Cole.
Bodge.
Is it
I'm a
gonna be
huevo.
enough? You can see Matt for you gets taken
Hit
down.
the fucking obs, you noobs. You guys think you guys are cool? Noobs. Wow, noobs. BTK. Hit the fucking obs.
I feel like BTK was much more gradual if you compare with TOB's performance. TOB was really all over the place, trying to always have the pressure on the enemies and always going forward, always this aggressivity.
Eyes on the obs, you know what I mean, bro? That's what I'm trying to say. They got the eyes at the enemy base, now get the obs. The obs. The obs are getting disrespected, that's a fact.
I like this because this is precise. This
Cool
is
guys,
clear,
BTK
and
side.
I feel like it's much more clean in how you execute your game plan, you know.
About to go,
It's
P.
more like a focused team that wants to display a good game rather than a team that wants to enjoy themselves and have fun and get some nice kills, you know. They played seriously here.
I do want to say, like, you brought up a good point about how BTK, I feel like a lot of the times they kind of leave Zane to that 50-50. While here against the Night Horde, they weren't actually able to capitalize on it, but you brought up the point about how in the early game, Ohio is usually just a lot more aggressive when it comes to it. And that usually is one of the bigger weaknesses for BTK and for Zane when it comes to a lot of this stuff, is that they kind of leave that up to Zane to kind of handle himself. We did see some inklings of it. You saw that Chicken was able to kind of come in there with that final slash to stop the Night Horde, to stop Myth from being able to get his retry off. So there's still, I feel like they still have a little bit of training to go to when it comes to kind of helping Mobazane by distancing out the rest of the team, because there were a lot of opportunities where I think the Night Horde could have probably stolen a lot of those objectives away.
In the start on their opponents so that they don't let them evolve, and on the other side TOB could have played a bit more clean, but I feel like on their side it was more a decision to have fun, enjoy some different picks, and like the Natalia we've seen, like the Gord, you know, they were really enjoying themselves. And but I don't know, it's two different playstyle, two different vision of how your team should be playing, but they are both fine. They are both fine. One side, you have a team that wants to focus on being good on the macro, really serious on how they play. As you can see here, the damage dealt, there's a huge gap. The kills, there's a huge gap. They just
Yo, that's funny, bro. You look at the sandbag.
clean.
My boy actually looked like a sandbag. Took your shit, man. That boy massive.
Much ahead in terms of damage output.
That boy a literal sandbag.
For BTK, I felt like in the start, for the first few minutes, ISO had a really hard time because he was alone. Reckless was always around, and I felt like maybe they could have put a bit more support on.
Yeah, in fact, happy birthday, Botch. Botch played amazing that time. Still MVP, how much?
But of course, very.
Interesting point about ISO is he's actually a sub-in for BTK, so he was kind of warming the bench for them. Since last week, since I've seen him playing in all of these games, I've been like, man, why was this man
that boy put like a sandbag, right?
Main roster, because he has been outperforming in almost every single game he came to. I want to say, with the exception of the Ohio Brothers match, where they were actually able to kind of shut him down and hold him at a length.
Y'all don't even know who we up against tomorrow.
Overperforming.
You want to fill me in?
From BTK that he's been in. Like you said, even with a not a great early game.
Yo, good night, Nicholas. Thank you for hanging out tonight.
In the mid game and start to outshine as we came.
Alright, game 2, let's get it.
For sure, props to him. The enemies didn't make it easy on him, and
swap sides for the drive.
Necessarily match the enemy's energy on the rotation on the gold. So props to ISO for showing up big time, and props to Chicken, like you said, for being a good supporter on the team fights around the objectives, helping out.
I'm talking about tomorrow, like who we up against tomorrow, BTK.
Him out. And yeah, I like the fact that BTK is really being more meticulous around those turtles, those lords fights.
Avalon, hell no. Oh wait, Empire? Espers?
We knew it would be tough.
Shout out Espers.
But
shout out Espers.
Like,
I know who Espers is.
Kaja pick is
Espers, do you hate me? Be honest.
I don't know. Kaja is usually something I love to play.
I heard I'm like hated by the hardcore chicken fans.
Team I'm coaching, but here just feels
like
there is much more lax around Kaja as a team to make it really useful, and it feels like, yeah, like you said, it's just lacking a bit.
Alright, tomorrow's game should be more interesting.
Pretty much formulating around the same that they were
more
for the last game here. Night Horde, I mean, what do we do as the Night Horde? What is your game plan when you're going up against the Bloodthirsty Kings? You saw even in the early game, kind of able to hold them. I want to say, as we saw with the Ohio Brothers, in the early game, they're kind of clamoring around, both able to kind of get some kills off of each other.
Where's the first pick, question mark?
Though, I want to say
what they're trying to do in this ban.
What the difference is, I see, is that BTK, they know their power spikes. The early game doesn't matter to them. They're patient. They know exactly what they're doing. And once those power spikes go off, they just take off. They take flight, and there's absolutely no shutting them down, especially when it comes to some of the mistakes that you see here. What does the Night Horde possibly need to do to be able to combat this from BTK?
I felt like in the early
game, Jemix here, bro.
Really set the tone.
Since when he joined the casting lineup.
And he went forward, he got that double kill. You know, I felt like everyone should have matched this energy and go even more forward, taking more risks, especially on the Kaja. I felt like powerless at some point.
Bro, Chicken looks so different.
Have the same vision we have.
What do you mean? That picture is M3 picture. That's not the Valley picture.
You're gonna die much more. It's fine, but you have to learn this way. You have to go forward and try things. But if you stay in action, just kind of choke and fall under pressure, stay behind, wait for things to happen. While BTK is leaving doors open, they were leaving opportunities open for ISO to be picked on his lane, for the Night Horde to win.
Oh, just looks like you don't want to mess with him in real life. Maybe you're scared of black people, bro. You're racist or some shit. Saul looks like a little ass kid. He look like he's like 15 years old.
This time on BTK side being picked, it's kind of like reverse picks in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave my African brother alone.
Exactly reversed right now. It looks like Joybot is going to go ahead and show them how that Kaja is supposed to be played. I don't think we've seen a successful Kaja tonight yet. So it's going to
won the first game,
but Bloodthirsty King's definitely going to be able
BTK.
to fill that. Still waiting to see what we have on the Night Horde to match up with this Kufra. I mean, it's a successful it was successful.
Copying their draft.
For you guys.
It was successful. Did you think like Joey Boj on that Kufra was that instrumental when you compare to someone like Arvel, who has been really, I don't know, he's been all over the place when he was playing Kufra those 2 times? I feel like Joey Boj was a bit more neutral in his impact. He was there. He wasn't doing necessarily.
I like the Knighthood draft better right now, bro. I don't know what's up with this.
He was a bit
early Lapus.
Didn't see some
Esports.
We'll
Much
see.
love, bro.
We'll see if on the night board it's flashier.
Esports, you chicken header, right?
Flashy, but
Or am I bugging?
you gotta propose
But
more.
I understand what you're saying there too, and especially when you compare it to like Arvel, there were just a lot of plays where he was making some great connections, some great sets for his team there, just especially to go ahead and start off a lot of those fights. We do have the Leslie being picked up by the Night Horde, and we saw this successful before tonight.
Really?
With a tankier front line there. If you have that meaty shield up in front,
I'm baffled.
That gives
I
you
am
the
baffled.
opportunity to be able to kind of do that true damage to get
I'm
her there.
baffled.
I mean, Basic got a Savage on her initially.
Wait, Basic got a Savage? When was this? What hero was Basic playing?
Picked up for the Bloodthirsty Kings, maybe kind of putting to rest what I initially thought that she was kind of nerfed into oblivion with that alt change of hers.
I thought it would be as well. I thought it would be like half the damage output because mathematically, if you ultimate, you don't get your stacks back. So
It was on Leslie
you don't
then.
have much to do after you ultimated. But apparently, everyone is still out there to play it. And last time it was played, I think.
Understandable, Esports.
You had like 35%.
I know you're OG though. I remember you from like
Yeah, so it was quite good. It was working.
years ago.
We see the Lens and the Link
Shout out to you.
Martis on the Night Horde. And like you were mentioning, that
Anyone that
Leslie
supports
like,
BTK is a friend of mine.
for a tanky hero against Leslie. Late game, Leslie just melts through everything that comes her way. That's the whole point of playing Leslie. It's just a bit more complicated to get her to that power spike where she can safely inflict damage, and she's still a bit weakish against a heavy dive, a heavy CC, and Kaja is kind of the threat that
So,
you want to
but
have.
this comp low key, bro.
Kaja can kind of uncover Leslie if she tries.
I got a
to
bad
do
feeling
herself.
about this BTK
So,
comp, Chief.
we'll
I gotta
see.
keep it a stack
See
with
the
y'all.
Arif.
You know I'm
Arif
honest.
on
This shit
BTK.
looking kind of goofy.
For Mr. Aizu.
Yeah, for ISO, they're going to be in the marksman lane. I was actually kind of wondering about that too, because I hadn't seen a Harith before tonight. Actually, I hadn't seen a Harith in the gold lane in a very.
I gotta
long
keep.
while.
I gotta keep it a beam with y'all.
Why? It looks like Heiso
I don't know.
try to flex on us just a little bit.
Obviously,
We're still
probably
waiting
gonna
on
win,
the
but
next
it's like,
pick
I don't know.
here for the Night
Like,
Lord.
are we nerfing ourselves here with this draft?
For that Martis pick? Or no, we can't because
Is that a Weem web?
I'm wondering what we're going to be picking up.
Been forever,
on
boss.
with here.
Keep
Maybe
up.
Apu as well, because they need an XP laner as well. Oh, no, Esmeralda.
Apu is
Okay.
Toby, what up?
When Harif was it when Harif or Esmeralda
Keep up.
was released?
I
When
shall.
we were, at the start
Don't worry.
of MLBB,
Being a good boy.
Esme was the hardcore
I appreciate
counter
you.
of Harif
Toby.
because of this capacity of going through shield with the damage. So of course, this is still the reactionary pick you want to have against Harif. Glad to see it here. We'll see if it works out this time. As we see, well, yeah, no, Lapu was picked on BTK. Man.
Really like that Nighthorde comp, bro. I gotta be honest, bro. I really like that Nighthorde comp. It's a good
It
comp.
depends, too.
Literally a good
I've
comp.
seen it a lot too when you have that Esmeralda. But
It's a
even
good
back
comp.
when those
I like the Nighthorde comp, bro.
Esmeralda, once Harith gets fed to a
This game's gonna be interesting.
Esmeralda is just feeding him because Harith's shield, I believe, scales off of the magic power that's around him when he throws down that Zaman Force. So it could be a little tricky there if BTK.
All is the creator?
Ooh.
Okay, now we're
Now
now.
this a little
Wow.
bit, on his stream, the Allis. Got
Allis the
three
creator is what we call it.
recently here. I believe the skill 1.
What the fuck?
Skill 2.
What the fuck are we about to watch,
very
gentlemen?
interesting to see how he can
Fuck is
pull
this?
off with this.
I'll be honest with you, I'm scared for Leslie. The Kaja chicken on Lapu. That's scary.
I'm scared of Leslie as a Lapu, bro. Leslie be hurting, bro. Is it me or anytime we go in ranked and we see a Leslie, that bitch is fucking 9-1? How the fuck the Leslie are always 9-1?
Cover assaults because.
Like I've never seen a Leslie go 0-7 recently.
Yeah, is a question mark for me. I can't wait to see how he plays it. His Kalita was good, so I can expect him to continue that trend of being very efficient.
We've been inspect this though.
Oh, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to game 2 of our last series of the night. It's going to be the Night Horde taking on champions
Little midget.
of last season of Bloodthirsty Kings.
Let's see what they have in store. Myth on Hayabusa. That's something I like to see always in Hayabusa gameplay. It's perfect to end the night, you know? It is really perfect. And Oz for Mobazane. Haven't seen him play that in a long time, so.
You're going to see how well they're kind of coming in here. We can take a look at the emblems right now. You see a little bit of a speed there for the Bloodthirsty Kings picking up that agility despite the nerfs there as well. And you see right here, Joybaj
that's
being,
expected,
kind of
bro.
coming in, getting a little bit of a poke and zoning out. Probably going to be a little bit more careful than we saw, especially from Reckless from the last game, where it just seemed like they.
I is smart. He said fuck the mid-prep.
Exactly. When
He
you
said
play
fuck it.
Kaja, you
Good
have
point.
still to provide
it's
that
really a
mid
card, mid lane.
but you also have to do it safely against Kufrai. It's complicated, so be careful, be very careful, but you cannot cut down on providing vision for your team. You have to cover that gold lane early on. You have to tell him when the threat is coming. So of course you have to take risks, and that's when opportunity arises.
Both teams mirroring each other basically.
Yeah, you see Mobazane coming in, clearing out the jungle already in the enemy side jungle too, starting to clear out. But I mean, Nighthorde doing the same thing here. Not any engagements just yet at the 130-minute mark.
So completely equal on both sides.
Ooh, big pop-up lands on the Joybaj, and they're not any worse for you. See, he's still at full health there. Quad Shadows by Myth.
Oh, Kyrie. Woo, woo, whippy woo.
Still not, I guess,
Whippy
just trying
woo.
to get a little bit of poke damage there, maybe right before this Lord comes up. 3 seconds just why. As you see, cutting the lane right now is Fly Chicken.
Yep, and still level 3 for Con. He's gonna get his level 4 first turtle being positioned here for BTK. They're gonna reset it. They know they are low HP. Maybe buying some time to reset at the base. That would be nice. Otherwise, you're gonna have to force a fight.
Oh, you do see in comes Reckless. Are they going to be able to find a kill onto Joybaj? Fly Chicken coming into the back line. He
Chicken
in his sights. You can see Reckless trying to get away. He is super low right now. He's going down the wrong side there. It is game over for him up there as a Mat4u is about to be taken down now.
Chicken, what the fuck was that? Or am I bugging?
Chicken not able to find the kill just yet.
Hell nah. I thought I zoned out real quick, bro. I had to look at my chat. I thought I was seeing shit. Hell no. Hell no, chick. Hell no, bro. Hell no. Hell no. Goodbye.
Economically at the same spot. They still have to do that first turtle. On that first turtle, I think it's been a long time we didn't see a turtle surviving this much. That's nice for the environment. I like it.
Yeah, you see Yato over there going to get out of the way as Joybaj gets taken out by Reckless. We're starting on
and Yato uses Purify. Myth gets Turtle. But I mean, it is the all-is. We gotta wait for late game. Zane has carried his fucking game.
Yep, uncontested, just bad timing on the fight, and Mobazane is on the top side. I don't think there's much to do. You gotta contest it, but they are not too bad, huh? On the
Smash, 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 smash. Smash, smash.
Yeah, surprising Reckless. I'm
There you go.
down with the damage from Mobazane.
There you go,
Able
Mr.
to
Midget.
put him away. It's going to even things out here 2 apiece for the Nighthorde and the Bloodthirsty Kings.
So Kaja, not really.
What if I told you, you guys think Zane is 6'2", but he's actually all-is IRL? You know what I mean?
Got his revenge onto Reckless, you know. Both Roamer died twice.
Yeah, Mat4u dives deep into the lanes. Mobazane down to about half health. Fly Chicken here lands
Finally.
a stun.
There you
Down
go.
goes Cone on that Kadita. That is a 3 kills for the Bloodthirsty Kings, and they're not looking to stop. Looks like they're going to go ahead, try to contest this purple buff on the side of the.
All this runs like a crackhead. That ult was a crackhead move.
Throw out a bit of a set for the stun. You see Joybaj with the Divine Judgment.
Why
Reckless
not,
trying to
Louis?
get back to his tower. Is he going to be able to quad shatter?
Damn, y'all thought you died for that, Chief?
Finds a kill. Reckless goes down as well. Mat4u trying to make Mobazane pay. Joybaj just narrowly getting.
I'm surprised that Asmay didn't sprint for that.
Of assault.
What the
It's
hell?
funny how we were
That thing could have
mentioning
killed all
between the games. BTK needs to be forcing a bit more early game, just taking a bit more risk, going a bit more forward, a bit like TOB is doing all the time. And they are doing it this game, and they are still managing the macro well. That's really how they want to be playing it. I like the fact that Chicken is ramping up his mechanics on map pull-up.
Yeah.
He's really impactful. He's at 2-0-1 already.
Ramp that shit up,
Helping the
please.
team well. And on
That's what
the
we
other
saw.
side, Mat4u is struggling a bit more. Reckless already 3 death on the Kufra player. May Joyboy find something to show us in Kaja.
Birthday Bodge. Birthday Bodge, birthday Bodge, birthday Bodge.
On Joyboy.
Got the ultimate ready, got the flick ready.
For Reckless here. Is it a placement problem for Reckless, or maybe his team just not in position? You see he does land a pop-up on the Moba Zane there, but nobody from the Night Horde really in a position to capitalize on that. Joybot's going to get a little bit of poke damage there. Oh, actually catches a pop-up.
Dodge is kind of tanky.
He is able to get away there. You can see Fly Chicken diving deep into the back lane with
nice
the
zoning.
bravest fighter stance, and this Lord going to go over to Moba Zane. Matt, for you diving in there with that falling star moon, he's not getting pulled. He was about to get pulled away with that divine judgment, but they were able to go ahead and stun Joybaj out of it.
In those team fights, I just can't help myself but have my eyes on Chicken zoning the backline. Here he didn't decide to go on Myth. Obviously it's much harder on Lapu Lapu to counter Myth like he did last time, but he's really focusing Assault and removing him from the fight, and then flanking backward by coming back and joining, collapsing with BTK.
Toss.
Oh, Matt, for you
Bueno,
trying
Moba
to
Zane.
slowed down by the
Come on,
retro,
yeah.
and Moba Zane finds the kill.
Aldous the creator, baby.
Zane found
Should know about that.
Aldous. The high mechanics you can
Should know
have
about Aldous.
on Aldous really benefits the pick because it's pushing the ceiling. of
Zane
the
damage,
mechanics you can
jungle
have
bot.
on the hero. Even though if it's a fighter, his attack speed is incredibly fast. His mobility is really good as well. So it's a good pick for him.
Ooh. Yeah, they come in on
Yikes.
Joybot. Yato, actually, Joybot gets taken out by Cone.
Tank for
and
tank.
actually able to reverse it, but on the off screen, you can see ISO able to find a kill onto Reckless again. Shadow kill onto Moba Zane, and a falling star moon there to help secure that kill.
BTK being a bit more wild here, taking
What are we
more
doing?
risks. They do lose Yato in the process, but look, Chicken is doing a good job on the top lane. He's getting the macro going. He's pushing that tier 2 tower and crashing a big wave onto it. Izo is gonna probably manage to get the tier 1 mid
Nice
as well.
pressure.
It's going well for BTK. They are taking risks. They are being a bit more wild,
Myth.
which is fun.
Ew.
I want to say this is like a classic case of objective.
Was he trying to press his ball, but he had no
You've seen
energy?
A lot of these little engagements, you would almost say lost by BTK. They're feeding little kills here, little kills there, but on other
Assault has been playing well in terms of like not dying, he's just farming.
and that's going to start
Not playing the
adding up
first
for
two
them.
turrets.
I gotta say, Reckless, for everyone,
Good job,
knows,
Assault.
Reckless did die 4 times, but for his defense, he has to do that because if he doesn't go down, someone else in his team will go down. It's really moments where someone has to take the fall, and Reckless is taking it for the team. It's not really moments where he's alone out of position. He has to sacrifice himself here, and he's doing it so that the rest of the core players in the team can farm and continue hitting those portions.
They're gonna give us that mid turret for free?
Yeah, you can see
Thanks.
a trade here. The turtle for a tower up
Thanks.
on top, secured there by Matt.
And we got the
As
turtle.
Moba
The
Zane
fuck?
takes this turtle.
We're seeing Zane really ramping up the farm. Olus is such a funny hero to watch evolve around the map because he goes
Yeah,
to the
facts.
back,
Look at him.
he
It's like a
goes
crackhead.
into shots,
Watch when you
he
press the
goes
skill.
into the
Let's
game,
look at all his
he
runs
just
next time.
go really quickly.
Let's really look at
Get
it.
fed. He's already at almost 7k gold in 8 minutes. That's a really quick farm, huh? That's a very quick farm.
Yeah, we were talking about those gold leads and how they kind of scale out. Joybaj finds the Divine Retribution onto Reckless, who's going to flicker back into his own tower. Now he's
Damn.
running away using...
Night Horde in game. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
Find himself to safety, but it's all BTK needed to go ahead and secure that tower.
Let's say the Night Horde is struggling a bit more. I feel like Myth is not able to find any angles to go here, to go in. He always have the threat.
Initiate retreat.
And completely cancelling his ability to get a pick or even get some damage out, you know. Plus everyone is always stacked in BTK. That's not the ideal for Hayabusa. They are gonna concede.
Well,
this
yeah,
blue.
and yeah, especially being stacked there with Joybaj there, because especially when you're playing Hayabusa, you want to get in, you want to be able to throw out to get those stacks on before you release.
My heart is not that far behind.
Kill on them, and if he
Sounds like a
throws out the
song.
ability to get the stacks, he's immediately going to get snatched up by Joybaj. So
Exactly.
it's a super tricky
Top
situation
lane.
to be in.
Let's see if Leslie is able to overcome that gap economically.
Oh, he made it out?
4 members, Matt 4, you can activate that sprint, and he is a speed right
Why
now.
not, Matt?
Getting out of there, but Bloodthirsty Kings on the back end going to go ahead and secure themselves that tower.
As we see Myth almost getting picked, already the tier 2 on the top being down. We got the Lord going for BTK. Look how fast you can clear that Lord with Olus. This is amazing. we still have Leslie as a big.
It's like the Night Horde is always going for the worst trades. Like we're just afraid to go for the first option.
Just need Joy Bosch to
They got
sacrifice himself
themselves.
to get that Leslie, or even Chicken to go onto Leslie, or even Iso. Pretty much everyone in BTK can get rid of
The
Leslie.
pin
And
is
that's
safe.
the problem.
I mean, they got a Leslie.
Overcome the fact that Leslie is your ace, and you need to cover her, but you also need to enable her, because if she just stays behind watching and survive, it's no point. You have to enable Leslie, and Mobazane is level 15, and she's level 11. I mean, big gap, big gap.
Yeah. I want to say, like, both of these teams are just trying to out-rotate each other. We haven't really seen a really decent team fight between all of them just yet. They're both kind of trying to out-rotate, get these objectives when their opponents are getting other objectives. It's just that BTK are doing it harder, faster. ISO in a little bit of trouble, does get taken down by Myth. We were talking about finding a solution or finding an opportunity. Fly Chicken takes down a tower as we have the whole of BTK moving to the top, trying to go ahead support this Lord. We do have a conceal play. They're not able to find a target just yet.
Birthday Bodge.
The utilization you get when you have a Hayabusa on your team, you can see Myth over there split, pushing on the opposite side. Fly Chicken's actually going to have to go back to base so that he can answer this.
That's the problem, right? Iso going down kind of delayed Joy Bosch's decision to conceal Flicker in. He didn't do it in the end because he felt 4 versus 5. It's a bit too forceful to go in like this. If Iso was alive, probably they would have played more forward, but in that case, Joy Bosch was just staying behind, expecting just to maybe push the inhibitor, but at the end, not taking a fight. It would have been too risky. So I like the call from BTK. A bit sad for them that they lost ISO. They lost ISO early on. I'm still yet to see a flicker in from a Kaja today after 3 picks.
Oh man, 10k gold on Mobazane right now. Almost a 3k gold lead over the highest member on the Night Horde. You can see in comes Myth with the shadow kill.
Ooh, ISO made it out. Nice.
ISO just narrowly gets out of the way. Fly Chicken onto the
Top
back
made it
line,
out.
trying to punish them for it.
That's me. Oh, no, Zane's too fast.
Taken
Zane's
down
too
by
fast.
Mobazane. Matt For You
All
trying
of the
to
creator.
run his way to freedom. On the side here, Reckless gonna go ahead, throw some damage out there, and then find his escape.
That was much closer than I expected. Assault was kind of free damage on this fight. He wasn't close to the core of BTK, just had one target in range, but it shows you how much damage he can deal with his Leslie. BTK need to remember to get rid of that threat, otherwise it will be tough.
I is so garbage without blue, bro.
She's taking the
So
shots.
garbage, not even funny.
Killing
Look like a
for
fanny.
Leslie. She can rampage the front lane of BTK. So let's see how they approach the next fight. I like the fact that NH is kind of covering several spots on the map rather than being all stacked up. Versus Olus, it's a bit complicated to do that. And it's also versus Lilia. So
We have a little bit of vision here for Reckless.
Oh, nice. Nice pick off.
Gets caught by a divine judgment there and pulled out. He does activate that shadow kill. Is he going to be able to get away? Quad shadows ensure his escape. As Reckless on the other side looks like he is going to be able to get escape using that conceal to run himself to safety. Lord is reset for BTK, so I mean, not actually able to have an effect here. Reckless comes in, lands a big pop-up and a set for the team. Down goes Mobazane. Down is the Zaman Force.
Chicken.
Also finds a kill.
Chicken.
Reckless Fly Chicken bringing the
Manta.
damage to assault. There are only 2 members
Fucking
left
shit.
for the Night Horde and 5 or 4 left for the Bloodthirsty King.
There you go, chick.
quite impressive from BTK, taking into account that they didn't have any ultimate left. And on the
Dude,
other
that
side,
scream so loud, my
they
fucking
had
mouse
no
moved, bro.
ultimate left. So they had a lot of
Okay, I'm gonna try that
ultimate
shit again.
on this fight, but
Did I even hear that scream, or that scream was too loud?
Always comes out on top here, and Assault was not able to have enough damage output here.
Yeah, you see Myth there kind of fighting with Fly Chicken, but man, that's a pretty late game Lapu, and he's going to be tanky.
What up, dog?
Very tanky boy. We have the Luminous Lord kind of coming down to mid high ground tower. It's going to go ahead and charge up.
I got
That's
what the
gonna be
fuck?
it there. Big pop up lands onto Joy.
Looking
Bosch.
at monkey
Reckless
business now.
Goes down by ISO, and you see the 4 members here from BTK trying to push in. Fly Chicken comes in with that bravest fighter stance. There's 4 members left.
Ooh, Chicken, that's a nice fucking flicker there, buddy. Obj, 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 obj.
But it's not enough to save their core.
On
That's
top.
going to be game 2 going to the Bloodthirsty Kings.
As expected, the favorites make it through those 2 games. About 15 minutes.
Need to change the title.
Games. Very convincing win from BTK.
I might end the stream. I'm probably gonna do a BAM stream
2 more
soon.
minutes to Leslie could have been.
Yo, shout out to the 500 viewers watching, hanging out with me on a Saturday night. You heard?
In action that is taking over the night ward, where they feel like they don't know what to do and they are just falling back and staying and standing there waiting for BTK to make the first move. And then
You guys go watch this shit in the actual channel. You guys want to keep on watching
as his opponents are
their
getting
analysis.
back. At the last
What I'm gonna do?
Before Beef even
Get ready for my next stream. So I'm gonna see you guys in like 30 minutes to an hour, most likely.
Give enough time for BTK to push through those inhibitors and close the game. So good stuff from BTK. Everyone is showing up today. As we see Mobazane 5-4, quickly rotating with his Solus. Always a perfect farming cycle from the jungle.
I'm gonna see you guys soon.
And then you got ISO with the Tarif, convincing games throughout the series.